Gridlife is clearly like the #1 sort of non-professional motorsports event that you can participate in the US, in my opinion. Wheel to wheel takes it to another level where you've got your personal skills you got to bring to the table, but you also have racecraft and sort of this idea of getting in somebody else's head that's with you on the track.
They're doing it right. They're capturing everything about racing that is racing. I've raced with other organizations and it's all about, I'll just put some money into it and then I'll be the best driver, and they don't really care. Everybody just wants to throw some laps down. With GLTC, it seems like they're bringing out the best in people.
You know, I was looking for something competitive. It got to the point where the place that we were wasn't what we wanted it to be and wasn't heading in the direction we wanted it to head. And you know, Jake was able to convince us to go to Gridlife. What a turn of events.
I'm Tiffany Kelly. I drive an S2000 and I drive with Myriad Motorsports.
My name is Justin Kelly. I drive a 2013 Scion FRS with a Honda S20k engine. I drive for Myriad Motorsports.
My name is Jake Joraanstad. I drive a Honda S2000 race car that we just finished up this year. Myriad Motorsports, you know, bunch of people that I spend time with in Fargo and now in Omaha. Wrenching on cars, trying to build things that are competitive. It's no longer just about showing up, we want to be competitive. We've been showing up for 3 or 4 years. It's time to start having a chance of winning.
The goal for the weekend is to win. We don't load the truck up. I don't spend all the time I spend and all the money we spend not to win. The car is fairly new. We just developed it last year, tested a little bit, had non-stop problems. So I think this will be our first actual weekend with a car that we know we'll finish a race without shutting off.
Looks better. I want us all to podium when it comes to points at the end. I know we've missed a couple races, so that might hurt us on points, but I want us to leave the season being known. And I kind of want us to be on the shirts and the videos for GLTC, because there's a couple top hitters who've been on the top, but I kind of want us to be out there and really get recognized for it. So that's the goal for this year.
Gil, did you load the track into my aim, or like when I go out, is it gonna pick up the track?
Okay, still gotta do that thing.
Well, we are like running out of time.
Yeah, we got 30 minutes. We're doing all right.
Tiffany gets nervous about, she's afraid she's always going to forget something. You know, she wants to make sure everything's perfect when she gets in the car so she doesn't make any mistakes. She does a really good job. She's a very good driver. She's better than she thinks she is. That's it. Just get to know the track. Don't worry about downshifting real quick. Don't worry about everything else. Concentrate on just making sure you're in the right gear and doing everything else. It'll be fine. It's going to take a little bit to get used to that shifter again. So you'll be all right. You got it. She just needs to relax and have fun, and she'll really do well at it.
Oh, Dean. I love Dean. He is the Prozac of the team.
He's the legend. He's Dean. So he's on the team. He's kind of what keeps everybody glued together and is going to make us competitive.
I got the crappiest suit in the world.
Never been here, don't have a clue what the times even are. We'll look at timing and scoring after practice and get an idea of where everybody is. And we'll go from there. We're probably going to let that thing running grid. I would be very surprised if it got up to 10. So,
Suck it in.
You got it. Those are torque, air pressure's done. I think we're in good shape. Ready, Jake? Yep.
Let's do it. Justin's flat good. He's one of the best drivers I've ever worked with. He's got the potential to go a lot of places, and the more self-control he's got, the better he does. And every lap he gets in, he's getting better. So he's got a good future ahead of him.
and a lot of learning to do.
Now the rear end's loose, so that's good because we've been trying to loosen it up for a couple seasons now. So make a few shock adjustments and learn the track some more. But that was good first practice for sure. How'd it go?
The tune is on 75, 72 to 8. Okay. Every single time it cuts out. So in all those long sweepers, so I'd be in them and all of a sudden I'd be like,
on partial throttle?
Yeah, because I can't go, like some of them I try to go full bar, but it's definitely every single gear at the top end from 7200 up to 85.
Feel-
Back end's like a little loose, but it's not too bad because all the sweepers, it was sticking. Like once we get the line down,
Yeah,
Like, this track
it's a great track for our cars for sure.
oh my god.
And then
yeah.
we had the two guys whose locals here are the ones that came flying by in the BMW
Well, I
and
wanted
the
to follow
S2k.
them, but I kept cutting out on the top end. I actually feel okay about it. But I
Good.
need to get the freaking line down or we're toast on the
You'll be
qualifying.
okay. This is only the first time you've been on the track, so we got our
Beautiful track though.
We got our
It's like an
qualifying.
RPM though.
and it's nice and smooth, isn't it?
It's smooth, but it flows. Like it flows if you do it just right. And I could even tell on corner one, a lot of the guys have to brake further and they have to go out wider. The S2k just planted and it
You'll
just.
get it. You'll get it.
And then you just don't want to let Dean down. Like he'll make suspension changes. I'll come in and I'm like, it's garbage, and I'll be throwing stuff and I'm just angry and I'm like, I can't get it to do anything. It's okay, kiddo. We're just gonna take a couple clicks out of the back. We're gonna make it work for you. Like the crazy part is I don't think he takes clicks out of the back half the time. I'm really happy about that. It's a good track. This track is gonna pass. It's
good. It's really good for a car.
We're right where the S2000 was towards the early of the development when it was really loose. So if we can just tighten it up, man, it'd be good.
Went out for practice, first time in this car at GLTC. It's quick in the straights, it's good in the corners, it's bad on acceleration. So we have a diff issue that we knew about that we haven't addressed yet. I think we need to eventually swap the diff, if not now, for the next race or by tomorrow, whatever it looks like.
How much did you put in?
About 3 gallons.
Okay, so we'll use about 6 in a race. That's what I was kind of figuring. That'll work fine.
I didn't so much decide on the car that I'm driving right now. 2013 Scion FRS. I bought it brand new in 2013. It was supposed to be a daily driver. It was supposed to be a fun sports car, if you want to call it that. I needed a car that would fit into the class. The FRS ended up being that car.
Yeah, it was comfortable. I just need to figure out where to place it.
I think you just maybe follow other guys, follow their lines while you're out there qualifying. Don't follow Justin, follow somebody else.
No, I need to follow somebody.
Yeah, follow somebody else. Somebody
That's where we were like both trying to help each other out. But
Yeah, no, follow somebody else and then work it. You'll feel it. You'll get it. As long as you qualify mid-pack, that's good enough. Because we'll jump them at the start of the race. You guys have awesome starts, so you'll catch 4 or 5 cars at the start. And if the car's going to work good for the full length of the race, then we'll be able to make up some positions.
I don't even know if I want to admit this. I remember I used to love this movie when I was a little girl. It's called Heartbreakers. She's driving an S2000. And I remember as a little girl, I was like, that is a beautiful car. I want that car. And now I actually own one. So
the S2000 is referred to as God's chassis because of just how well balanced the car is. It's competitive in anything to do with the racetrack generally. You can put tons of power in it if you need to. In the case of Touring Cup, we don't need more than about 200 horsepower. The car is super light. The chassis is really rigid. And the suspension is double A-arms, or what you call wishbone suspension, in the front and the rear, which is the same as an F1 car in some respects. And it looks really cool. It can be convertible. In my case, I haven't got a hardtop yet, so I'm running convertible. You're not supposed to run convertible, but if you call Adam at Gridlife, you can sometimes get a waiver until your hardtop shows up. Not making good progress.
How is it? You guys didn't remove it yet?
We stripped one of the Allen bolts, so we can't move.
Where's Dean?
So we're
At least you put Chris to work, man. That's good.
yeah, Chris is helping. That's nice of him.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're trying to take the diff off so we can put a new diff in, but we're in a tough spot. Justin and Dean were right.
You better switch that diff, bro.
This diff is garbage for how it's set up right now. It may not be the diff itself, but the way it's set up is too, it locks too easily when you're on throttle, so the car doesn't have grip when I'm trying to accelerate out of a corner. It's pretty good. It's tight though.
We got a long road ahead of us.
A couple hours to get this diff swapped. We're stuck at a spot, but if we can get past it, we can probably get it done.
Tiffany, don't be a pussy.
It's gross.
That's the best advice for you.
I actually met Justin at a gas station on my motorcycle.
In Council Bluffs, very classy place.
So I pulled up and I was by myself and I wanted to have some friends. And there was this big group of guys on motorcycles. And I was like, hi, I'm Tiffany. And they all just kind of stared at me with a blank face. I think it's because I was the only girl there.
I hate to say it, you won't want to hear it, but it was like clapped out 600. It was not a nice motorcycle.
And Justin was the only one who approached me and was like, hi, I'm Justin. And I remember thinking right away when he walked up to me, I was like, ooh, he's cute.
We went out for a ride, and I think me and Jason, a good friend of mine, did some stupid stuff and ended up losing her. And I was like, well, that's a bummer. You know, I would have liked to get her phone number. And I think it was like a month later, ended up running into her again. And one thing led to another. We started hanging out more often and got her clapped out motorcycle straightened out. So it wasn't, you know, a train wreck. And she's been around ever since.
In we go. If your door bars weren't so freaking safe, Justin. Hey, you know what? I don't want a Mustang to come out there and T-bone. Oh.
Nothing out
We
of
are in
normal.
good shape now, boys. We're going racing.
155.
Hopefully mid-30. The goal is to qualify top 10. Inside the top 10, the rest of it's just just fighting through traffic, which we're fairly good at. So
I have to run a 136 or 137. 136. I need to get a 136, so I need to shave off 5 seconds. It's like a lifetime. And just keep it on the track, get the line down, so at least I can be in the top 10. So if for qualifying,
I mean, right now my goal is to beat Tiffany. I mean, she beat me in practice, so I mean, I think Tiffany's gonna be in the high to mid 30s. So I think if we can stick together, I think we'll be good. She's gonna follow me out. I'm gonna do warm-up lap, 80% lap, and if she's still with me, then I'm gonna point her by and chase her.
Yep. Let's go.
I'm not religious at all, but I always say, God give me speed and God keep me safe, amen. And I always say it every time before. It's like a religion. I don't know what it is. I've done it, and it just makes me feel good. And then I'm like, game time. Keep me safe, give me speed. That's all I want out there.
Gridlife Track Battle Chicago rages in the simmering sun, and it all begins with Gridlife Touring Cup qualifying.
Jake is actually driving a S2000 without like a roof and no wing. It's like it looks like just like bare chassis S2000.
I told him that, like, right, he should have looked like a big man. I'll show you the video.
Still having an issue with the cut now. We got to work on the tune just a little bit on the motor. Didn't get much track time with it, had some dyno time, but the dyno's not the same as the racetrack.
I can't even get it. I can't.
It's okay. We'll look at the logs. We'll figure it out, okay?
I couldn't get a freaking clean lap in because the tune's all.
Ooh, change. Justin Kelly goes to P3 at the closing moments of qualifying.
We'll call that a commentator's curse. I am so sorry for folks.
Yeah, well,
Hey, you're still on the second row. You're just on the outside, which is I don't think that would be a great place to be at all going into turn one here.
35-0. Nice work. So good, Dean. The wiring is zip tied super tight, pulling on the sensor plug. Push it slow, Tiff, all the way wide open.
Oh, sakes.
Yeah.
I put some linkage because I have ITBs on in the engine, and underneath there's little pieces, and where I put my throttle position sensor, apparently every time I go full throttle, it would hit the sensor, and so that's why everything was all messed up.
No, so the throttle linkage slams in the TPS sensor wheel. Well, so it's just twisting the plug.
I just have to make sure I get the jump, try to pass as many people by corner 1 and 2 that are not in my area, and then try to catch up to the front of the pack and try to catch all the leaders.
We're starting third. So we went from a 44 in practice to a 35.0 in qualifying. Last lap, came in with 42 PSI of air in the tires. They were probably mid 40s on track. So I think we definitely have 2 seconds or more left in the car. So couldn't be happier.
Actually, he's never won a GLTC weekend. Technically, points-wise, I am the first person to win a GLTC weekend and a first woman.
He's a fast driver and likely will be the best driver for the weekend, but Tiffany's probably going to challenge him with her S2000, so it should be fun to see.
Do I get off?
We'll have 3 out. Oh, me out. It's f***ed up. Come in. There's no point in battling from the back with a broken car.
True.
I really wish there was only one race today.
Hopefully the car will do well. I watched some of Justin's in-car videos, so he kind of gave me what the car actually can do when it's fixed. So we're gonna see what happens with this race.
Car's feeling better. I ran a reasonable time for the situation I was in, and so I think we're going to be competitive. My goal is to move up. Because of my probation, I have to start towards the back. Just in front of Tiffany, she didn't get a good lap time, so top 15, pretty good goal. Maybe top 10. I think top 15 is reasonable.
Tiffany and I have a competitive attitude towards each other. So if we get into a race, we're on the same team, so we need to not cause issues for each other, and we're learning that the hard way. You know, we've crashed into each other before when we weren't on the same team, so we don't need to do that as we're on a team together. So
He's like right in front of me in grid, so I told him to kind of get out of my way.
So long story short, I'm on probation from last year when I punted somebody else in a race, and so my goal this weekend is to not do that. Otherwise, Adam will be very upset with me.
So the team strategy is whatever we have to do on track to win the race needs to happen. If that means someone needs to lift for a corner, you better lift, or we're going to have a conversation about it afterwards.
My team thinks that when I put my visor down, it's just me and I'm like against everybody, but I don't think that's the case. I'm trying to be better than that.
And I think we're all on the same page for now, till Jake puts his visor down.
They didn't have that much of a luck in the qualifying, so but they'll go up for sure.
I think she's got good opportunity to do well. She's got the freshest tires out of the whole set.
Just southwest of Chicago and Joliet, Illinois. Here we go. Green flag flies racing at Autobahn Country Club. And they fire down towards turn number 1. 3 wide. Justin Kelly deep on the brakes in the S2000 powered FRS. Does he have the lead? Not quite. Snedgard 3 wide around the outside of the yellow S2k. What an amazing passing comes through turn number 2. Tiffany Kelly looking slicing and dicing. side by side for that position there. Bill Griffin's going to have to give that spot up and move Kelly up another one. Justin Kelly coming home third, so there's your podium. Lichty, Snedgard, Kelly for race 1. Pole sitter, based on fast lap, is going to be Aaron Lichty in the 190.
It's not fixed.
I know, listen. Okay, so where I heard it the most
Yeah.
was that corner after the straightaway, like when you...
Yeah, yep, that
Okay,
corner.
okay. Are you full throttle or partial throttle?
I'm trying
I'm
to go.
hoping
I'm
you're-
trying to go full throttle.
But probably partial?
Probably
'Cause
partial.
It seems worse partial throttle, which makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Because he's tuning on the dyno full throttle.
Okay.
Okay, so that gives me stuff to look at. You did awesome. You moved up 12 positions, Tiffany.
It was so
you
freaking
did
hard.
so good. You really did.
So how did Justin do, everybody?
Third. Started,
That's awesome.
he passed, and then he got past, and then he stayed in the same position the whole race.
On lap track.
Who won?
It was all open tracks.
The S2k, I think.
Can we open my hood? I just want to make sure. It had all the safeties on it. It wasn't fixed. I just want you guys to know, and I was just like, send it.
Oh, I know.
I was like, I'm not getting off. Justin told me to get off, and I'm like,
I told
nope.
him to turn
I'm running
off.
this race.
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna cool down that quick.
I'm off probation. I didn't hit Tiffany, and we didn't get slower, so we're getting somewhere.
Bad news.